you each. We are about 45 seconds out. So if you were invited by somebody and they're not here yet, shoot them a text. If you've invited somebody, shoot them a text and make sure that they're on. We're going to get started in about 30 or 45, maybe a 50 whole seconds. So good to see everybody. Good to see everyone. So while we're doing that, while we're waiting, if you could in the chat, we have this fantastic little chat option that is all here and ready for you to use. So drop in the chat where you're watching from, because I love seeing where you're coming in from. I see my nurse Jen on here. I haven't seen her face in a while, so it's so good to see her. I'm pretty sure she's in the Pacific Northwest. And if you are in a place where you can safely turn your cameras on, that would be super rad, fantastic too. I feed off of your energy. Asim knows the drill. He looked like he at church. He looked like this phone sitting at a pulpit or like on the back of a pew. And there's Miss Liz in her Grand Chateau up in Minnesota. Always a pleasure to see Miss Liz. Marla is the queen of showing up. So where you're coming in from, we got La Mesa. Marla's in La Mesa. We got Kim in Mass. Where in Mass are you? Denise in PA. Listen to me. I sound like such an East Coaster using all the lingo for all of these places because, you know, Pennsylvania has way too many syllables in it. We could never stress ourselves out by using all of them. We got Mr. Mitch Newman coming in from California, having some camera joy there. Miss Goldie Hawn from Staten Island. I love it. I love it. So well, we are on the nose. So we are recording and we're going to get going. For those of you that I haven't met yet or haven't had an opportunity to just be in community with you, my name is Carrie Nguyen. I'm coming at you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Whoever iPhone is, if you click on the little arrow next to participants, it'll give you an invite link. And inside that invite link, it'll give you the meeting ID. And the passcode to join is better, all lowercase. And I've been drinking ketones since September 2017. Life before my very first pack was kind of mundane. I didn't have much energy to get up and do much. I wasn't excited to do anything. I had a residual income coming in that allowed for me to cover my cost of living. And I had enough money to go out and do a couple things. And because of social media, I was able to create a life that looked like I was busy and looked like that I was living my full potential. And that was a lot further than the case, or whatever the saying is. And I have a guest here with me today, and she's going to share here in a little bit as well. But I drank my first pack of ketones in September of 2017 at the advisement / instruction / command of a couple of folks. And I drank it. And my brain lit up like a Christmas tree. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I feeling? And my friend says, oh, well, you're in ketosis. And I was like, I have no idea what that means. I knew nothing. I've been around health and wellness my whole life, but I never heard of this thing called ketosis. So kind of jumped into it with 2 feet. And she said, hey, you should do this for 10 days. And so I said yes. And we drank it for 10 days, released 7 pounds of fat, 3 inches around my stomach, 1 inch around my neck. And for those of y'all that have men in your life or dudes that are on here, I was able to drop a dress shirt size, which was really cool because that's measured of the length of your arms and then the circumference of your neck. So that was a really powerful thing for me personally. Stayed on it, stayed committed. Now here we are 4 years later. I've lost and kept off nearly 80 pounds. I still get to shop in normal size human stores, not big and tall anymore, which that was just my first goal. And life has been beautiful. We've been able to build an entire community based around that one simple story. And from there, tens of thousands of stories have been written. But if you are here, oh, actually, can you grab me some like ketones, a broth, a pro, like a couple things of a little bit of everything over there. If you are here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, drop the word new in the chat. If you've not learned about ketones, if you're just here because somebody invited you and they said, hey, come jump on the Zoom, whether it was from TikTok or Instagram or your friend called you or whatever the case may have been. If you are new here, I want to know that. All right, Miss Diamond. Well, maybe you're a miss. I don't think your camera's on. Where are you? I don't see you. But okay, we got a Queen Diamond here that's new. And so guess what? Like, you're not the most important person on here, but you are very important on here because we're going to do a little bit of a dialogue talking about what is ketones, what is ketosis, a little bit of the history behind it. and how this works inside your body. So let's see, what did Miss Sarah grab for me? Oh, she grabbed some favorite flavors. So you may have seen a pack that looks a little something like this. This is berry blue, strawberry peach, harvest sunrise. And actually, what's in your shaker cup right now? Or what did you drink today, Bruce? What's in your shaker cup, Joy? Drop it in the chat. Let me know what's in there. I mixed up a snow cone because I just was in the mood I wanted to taste summertime again. Went to a big festival, didn't get any shave ice. So help me out. And oh, you may or may not have tried something new. Well, I mean, did it put a flower in your head? I mean, was it like, oh, yes, I love something new. And maybe you can kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge that here in a little bit. But these are ketones. These are pure therapeutic ketones. It's the only ketone supplement that is 100% bioavailable on the market, which that's big nerd science for your body knows it didn't make it, right? It didn't know that it made it. It's just like if you take out mom and you switch in dad and the kid doesn't start crying, like the kid doesn't know that you switched it out, right? And so I've never used that analogy before, but it's actually pretty good. And so when you drink this, it puts you in ketosis in 59 minutes or less. The state of ketosis, all that is ketones moving through your blood. That's all that's measurable by. You can do it one of three ways. This is the most simple, the most verifiable, guaranteed way. Because I'll be honest with you, I tried the keto diet. After starting ketones, I actually stopped drinking them. I wanted to try the diet. It took my body 9 days to make ketones. And it took 35 seconds to kick it off, kick it out of ketosis, to shut my liver off. So that wasn't feasible for me to do to get the results that I was looking for. That wasn't feasible for me for mental clarity, for better focus, for, ooh, Kim's shaking up one now. What's in your shaker there? Cuz like, drop it in the chat. We want to know. But these things have helped write stories all over the place by guaranteeing that state of ketosis, which is ketones in your blood. And we're actually going to hear one of those stories real quick. Miss Goldie Hawn, where's my celebrity at? Go ahead. Hey, hello. Unmute yourself. Share who you are, where you're from, and a little bit what was life like before, and how's it now? Go for it, mama.
Hi, I live in Staten Island. Before ketones, I've been drinking ketones for about 5 months right now. Before ketones, I was a nervous wreck with no energy. I had just about come off bariatric surgery. I lost 80 pounds on it, and I lost all my energy. And I started drinking ketones, and it just changed my life. I became a better person to myself. I'm a better wife. I'm a better mother to my kids. I'm a better friend to the people that need me around. It's just amazing. And now I'm a promoter, and I'm planning to host now the most amazing KLP party with 30 people. Now I'm starting to become a nervous wreck. And but yeah, ketones has changed my life completely, and I owe it all to Pruvit.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, I know we've got Coach Mitch on here, and something that he would say is like and this is just a little bonus nugget for you right now, that if you're feeling nervous or if you're feeling excited, your body doesn't know the difference. The only difference in how you live and how you express that feeling is what we call it. Chemically, it's all the same. So if you're nervous over something, but you want to be excited, guess what? Just change the term that you speak, change the term. This is psychological fact. This is how your body functions. So my encouragement to you, Ms. Goldie, and everybody else on here, if you've got some big things that you want to achieve in your life, if you got big things for your health, if you got big things for the trajectory of your life, whatever that may be, and you're feeling that worry or that nervousness, your body only knows that that's a thing by what words you use. So that's my encouragement to you. Thank you so much for sharing, Ms. Goldie. We're going to hear one more quick little story here, and I'm actually going to turn my camera over. This is my friend Sarah. We've known each other for
20 years, too long.
Way too long. And but she's here in Vegas from the Bay Area, but you can share your story because I'm not gonna. So what's up, Miss Sarah?
Hi, how is everybody tonight? Well, I started drinking ketones consistently. I started drinking them consistently about 1.5 years ago. I started drinking them 2 years ago, but it wasn't too consistent. But then I started drinking them, and I was sick. I was dying. My body was not happy with me. My levels were all over. I was 140 pounds heavier. And I was taking medication, all types of horribleness, and just needed to fix it with diet and health. And then ketones came in. And for anybody sitting on a fence right now that's been watching somebody else drink ketones, this man right here, I watched him and his mom and his entire family steadily watched them for what, 2 years,
2 years
before I decided, yes, this is going to work for me and that this is what I needed to do. And my only regret, and I don't have many regrets in life because I really like who I am and everything brought me to here, is that I didn't start sooner and that I watched him for 2 years. But I'm happy I'm here now, 140 pounds less of fat gone, and working on 35 more pounds of fat.
I mean, tell them about the airplane though.
Okay.
Just a little snippet about the airplane, like the seatbelt.
I never realized how being heavy was stressing me out, especially flying. So I didn't have to stress about flying. I used to stress about where I was going to sit, which aisle I was going to be in. Am I going to be in the aisle, or am I going to be by a window? Am I going to be the first one on the plane so I can be the first one off the plane? Am I going to sit and make myself look bigger so nobody sits next to me? I mean, all these things went through my head. How do I get to the bathroom? How do I walk down the aisle without knocking someone in the head?
How do you navigate the bathroom?
I have no idea. And I was going to do it on the flight here, asking for an extra seatbelt. How embarrassing is that? And secretly saying, hey, can I get that extra seatbelt because I'm not going to fit? And then crossing my fingers and hoping they don't charge me for another ticket.
Yeah.
All those things made flying, and I never realized it until I flew this time. My seatbelt fit. I have this much space left. I could move. I could reach my bag. I didn't care about checking in early because I could sit in any seat I want. It didn't matter if it's a middle, aisle, center, whatever. I could fit. And I wasn't going to bump into people, and we weren't going to play the elbow game. I could still socially distance from them. But it was just a feeling, all those things that go through your head that you don't realize that are going through your head to maintain life weren't there. And I didn't cry, and I wasn't upset. And I did your little trick beforehand that Mitch and Carrie taught me, that it is either excitement or worry. And I said, I'm not worried about this plane. I'm excited about this trip. And it just changed everything. And it was just awesome. And it was just those little things that you don't realize are going through your head and causing all types of anxiety that are now gone.
Yeah.
So along with all the fat and stress and everything, it was just amazing.
Oh, so good.
If you're not doing it, you got to start doing it.
There you go. There's your call to action for it. We're only 10 minutes into us hanging out tonight. So, I mean, I don't know, like with Goldie's story, with Sarah's story, I heard their moods are better. I heard their mental clarity. Their self-talk is different. I heard fat loss, obvious. I know strength gain is a thing because she's bought 5 acres and building a farm. And Goldie, you're probably stronger than you've been. I know I am. I'm leaner than I've ever been. My fat percentage is lower than it's ever been as an adult. And along with those things, with muscle preservation, with appetite suppression, with clearer skin, better digestion, these are all things that can transpire inside of your body. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nurse Jen. Can transpire inside your body while you're in a state of ketosis. Like while you're in ketosis, better mood, better sleep, better energy, focus, fat loss. These things happen. These things happen. Now, we don't get to tell our bodies which ones happen. We don't get to say, hey, okay, ketones, burn the fat on my elbow first. Like that's not how that works. What your body, you're equipping your body, you're equipping your brain so that way it can prioritize the things that it needs to do with a clean fuel source. With a clean fuel source other than just the exogenous glucose or like all the carbs that we're eating from the outside. So thank you so much for sharing your story, Goldie. Thank you so much. You're a total rock star. That's a little bit about what has happened anecdotally. And actually, I'm going to drop a little link inside of the chat here. And if you have some questions and you're more like me where you need to see some things, like hear some doctors talk, hear some researchers talk, you can either go to this link right here, which is pruvit.tv, or text the person that invited you to be here and say, hey, can you send me those videos that Carrie was talking about from pruvit.tv about ketones and sleep, about ketones and hormones, about the right fuel source? It's a fantastic video, right fuel source, inside of pruvit.tv. That's Dr. Ryan Lauer talking about how ketones fuel your body. Guess what? I don't have a PhD. I don't have any type of doctoral thing after my name, I've just got a BS. And so that's where so I'm not here to BS you, but oh, that was a hilarious joke I walked myself into.
With the
Like
Masters of
self 5.
Communication.
Yeah, I haven't, and the masters
The
too.
Masters.
The almost masters. But go check that out. Let your curiosity take hold. Like who's spent ever like an hour plus on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram videos, on stories? Who's binge watched Squid Games on Netflix? Who's binge watched The Circle on Netflix? Who's watched something lately? Like now you have a whole platform called Pruvit.tv that you can go educate yourself about what you're putting in your body. On YouTube, the rule is you're 6 videos away from a conspiracy theory. Well, I can guarantee you on Pruvit.tv, you're only going to find education about our community, about the science, about our products, and about where we're going as a mission, like what our mission statement is. So that's going to really help you. And now my puppy's in here going to lose her mind. And she's massive if you've watched her grow up with us these last 4 months. But that's a little bit about ketones. I hopefully something stood out to you there. I do want to just touch on a couple of products. You can grab Mitoplex for me too. Yes. Touch on a couple things that we have to support you in your journey as well. And Nurse Jen, if at any time you can just pop in the chat if there's anything that needs a little bit more, because it's always nice having a medical professional that also speaks kindly. It's also really encouraging and one of the sweetest natured people that I've gotten to spend time with once in Colorado and then again in Arizona. But this little stick right here is something that our nerds developed to support us while we are in ketosis. Because when you are drinking ketones, and if you are one of the 3 out of 4 Americans that are chronically dehydrated because our water is devoid of the minerals that we need and we're not getting it from our food sources, primarily magnesium, potassium, and sodium. So there's the sodium that comes in ketones. It's fantastic. It's there to support you. And then this little stick here is chock full of magnesium and potassium to help you hydrate at a higher, more efficient level. And it's specifically formulated to function for you while you're in ketosis. In addition to that, for those of y'all that live where there's clouds, who has chronic cloud syndrome in wherever they live? I don't. Yeah, Jen does, because up in the PNW. Tiffany lives up in New Hampshire where it snows or rains. Riss, I don't know what your weather's like up there. I just know that here in Vegas, I get 333 days of summer. Excuse me, ma'am. Inside voice. Hey, excuse me. That's enough. Come here. And I negotiate with everybody. Terrorists, children, puppies. It's totally fine. And but you're going to have a dose of vitamin D3 in here, as well as this little nerd molecule. I like to call it that way. It's called MitoPQ2. It fuels your mitochondria. It's a fantastic thing to help you at your base level. We're just a bunch of cells. We're a bunch of cells all stuck together, held together by the grace of God and a bunch of sciencey stuff that I don't fully grasp. And by fueling that mitochondria, it helps us from the ground up. And that's just a really important tool to have. And then what else is in here? Oh, and then a dose of creatine as well. They also come in really tasty flavors. If you're drinking a snow cone like I am, or if you're drinking whatever your flavor is, you can get it plain, or you can get it in this little citrus variety pack. And it's just like adding a squeeze of lemon, adding a squeeze of lime, or a wedge of orange. I've never put this in a Blue Moon beer, so I don't know how that would work with the orange wedge and Blue Moon. I just came up with that. That's pretty genius too. Marla's digging it. She's like, I need to make that tomorrow. And so just dilute it in water first. When you mix powder with anything carbonated, make sure you make a syrup out of it first. But definitely check it out. This is something designed to help you. If you're drinking ketones and you notice, like, man, Carrie said I was going to have a burst of energy. If you're feeling a little sluggish, you're probably dehydrated, because you were probably sluggish before as well. Now you drank ketones, and all it's doing is saying, hey, where's those electrolytes that I need to work optimally? And they're right here in this little stick for you. So definitely give them a grab. What else do we have here? Also, these little guys. Did anybody get their hands on the new broth series that came out these last 2 weeks? I know Miss Liz did, and she's probably made the most delicious hors d'oeuvre platters with them, and something to dip some wonderful things in. I just want to season chicken wings in these things. It just sounds so good. And I just came up with that too. That's pretty awesome. This everything bagel broth tastes just like the seasoning from Trader Joe's. It's so good, so good. And the spicy elotes, if you're not familiar with elotes, it's Mexican street corn. And it's got a little spice to it. It's got a little corniness to it. So you got spiciness, corniness, and that nice creaminess of the cotija cheese, which is phenomenal. But these are designed to give you a dose of collagen as well. Hair, skin, nails, plus ketones, plus what else is in there? Oh, and the detoxification and all your squishy bits. The collagen protein that's available in here for you nourishes your squishy bits, your cartilage, your eyes, your fingernails, your hair follicles. Am I on the right path, Nurse Jen? I already said cartilage. Like, I don't know about you, but me and my cartilage have a love-hate relationship. So I'm gonna do everything possible to keep it growing, because what I was taught by a research physician years ago was that our body stops making our collagen as efficiently at starting at 28 as we age, as we get older. So if you're beyond 28 like me, or if you're not yet 28 like Ange, then you still have, if your Ange is still functioning with all of her squishy bits at optimal level. So she's going to drink the better broth because she doesn't want them to start deteriorating as she ages or levels up. Now, if you're like me and you're past 28, regardless of how far you are, collagen in your body now. Make it into a dip, make it into a warm drink. It is delicious times 5,000. So good, so good. And then the last product I want to just touch on is our Pro line. We have our Keto Pro here. Do we have anybody that works out? If you work out, drop a 1 in the chat. If you go for a walk, drop a 1 in the chat. If you lift heavy things for work, drop a 1 in the chat. If you do more than just sit on your butt all day, drop a 1 in the chat, because this is a great, great product to support you. A lot of our community members use it as a meal replacement. It's not designed for that, but with the combination of the MCT, medium chain triglyceride powder, which is nourishing for the brain, protein, there's 9 grams of high quality protein that your body goes, boom, Amy, I want that in my body. Let's take it. Ooh, a Peloton addict. What up, Julie? I like looking at Pelotons. I don't like being on Pelotons. And my ex was really into spin classes. So now that he's an ex, I'm just not interested in his existence or the bikes. And then there's also super delicious. This is a blueberry muffin. There's key lime pie. There was carrot cake that just dropped. And there's so many delicious, wonderful flavors. But protein plus ketones plus MCT equals a whole, good experience for your body. So this is something really great to add into your daily life as well. So that's a little bit about ketones. You heard a little bit about stories. You heard a little bit of nerd facts to get you started. We also have our triple treat that's starting in 2 days. So we don't have time to order tonight and get it in time, but you still have time to participate if you can grab some product from some trials or some packs from your friends that invited you to be here. Which I would encourage you. It starts October 8th. We have a really, really fantastic program set up for that. But I do want to talk about, what do you do? What do you need to get started? And my encouragement to you is, if your friend that invited you doesn't have a bunch of ketones on hand to set you up with an experience pack or a 5-day trial or a 10-day trial, you want to grab this Drink Ketones challenge. This has 20 servings in it. It's the best price point that you can start with. This is only $99 US. If you live in a really cool place Tiffany lives next to a cool place like New Hampshire, where they don't pay sales tax. Awesome. Here in Vegas, we pay sales tax. It's kind of whatever, but because it's worth it to me. But this is one I just got. I drink one of these every single month as it is. This is mine for this month. But this is going to give you a variety of our mainstay flavors, of our most popular flavors. They are super duper delicious. Heart tart, raspberry limeade, lime thyme. And oh yeah, Tiff, it is what you started. You found your favorites and you've been ordering them boxes ever since, and then some at this point. And I just love it. So my encouragement to you is, if you at all found something interesting from either Sarah's call to action or this one, of I really should give those ketones a go. Get started with the challenge kit. Get crazy too. I'm just going to say it, get crazy. And grab a reboot kit as well. This is an assisted fast that we do. You're not going to do it alone. Fasting is so important for your body's health. we go through a thing every single day, and Nurse Jen, correct me if I'm wrong again, it's called cellular autophagy. That's a big fancy term for basically our cells die off and they get flushed out. Like every organ, everything gets situated and processes through the body. As we age, like our collagen production, our ability to flush out dead cells becomes less efficient. And so by introducing fasting, whether it's a 24-hour, working your way up to a 60-hour, this is going to help you increase your body's functionality, your body's ability to function, I should say, because you're helping wipe the slate clean at least once a month. Like we do this as a community once a month. I enjoy it sometimes, we'll say it that way. Some reboots are easier than others, right? Real Liz is like, yep, that's my language right there. Some are better than others, but all in all, like I'm always happy with the results that I get. I reduce bloat and I just change my habits, change out my habits. Yep, cleans out cellular debris. So if you imagine when you're sweeping, if you sweep and then don't mop, that's like what your body does, right? It all gets caught in the corners. There's the dog hair, there's the dust, there's the bits of cilantro that have fallen off the counter, just sitting over in the corner, decaying, attracting rodents. And we don't want rodents in our bodies. And so flush it out, get a good hose down from the inside out with the reboot kit. So give it a go. Text your friend right now that invited you to be here and say, hey, what's the link for that challenge kit? I really want to grab it. If you need to text Marla, text Marla. You need to text Riss and Ange, text them. If you need to text me, text me. And that way we can get that info. Whoever invited you, let's get that information in your hands right now before we go any further. Cool? Cool. Sarah's taking selfies. But on this next part, we're going to do a little bit of pivot. So we drink ketones. We love ketones. All of us started out. I know Liz started with a phone call. I know Mitch started with a phone call. I know Tiffany saw something on social media. How did you find out about ketones? If you could, drop it in the chat for me. Susan, Fifiano, how did you find out about ketones? Drop it in the chat in there. That way we can see how we got here. I found out in person. I had a friend of mine say, you need to drink this. And I said, I don't want to. And she said, I didn't ask you to. I said, you need to drink this. And I said, oh, okay. I guess we're going to do that. So we got Facebook, we have TikTok, we have Instagram. Kim had a friend of mine. Sarah watched me and my mom for 2 years. She found out every single way possible. She got invited to all sorts of things and still waited. A friend, TikTok sister. What?
Say it like that. And still waited.
And still waited. I mean, I'm not wrong.
No,
yeah.
Don't wait. Don't do it.
There we go. And now we get to work together too. So not only are we friends, church friends, family. School friends, business partners, family. That's my favorite thing, is just being able to build relationships like that. She's blurred out like an X-rated.
That's what's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, what are we gonna tell? LOL. So we all found out about it some way, somehow. We found out because somebody had a little bit of conviction to share their story. Now, here's a question for you. If you are getting your ketones for free, Goldie already jumped the gun. If you are already getting your ketones for free, drop the word free in the chat. I'm on month number 49 of drinking ketones, and this is month number 48 of getting my ketones for free. Because all I did was call my mom, call my friend Janice, and said, hey, I need you to watch this video. My friends are going to be on a Zoom together. My new friend, actually, I didn't know anybody yet. There's a Zoom. Can you come on? It's Wednesday nights at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Central. Can you come on here and just experience some information? So my mom jumped on, Janice jumped on, and guess what? Like from that point forward, because of them and the subsequent thousands of people that have joined our community, like I've been drinking free ketones for 48 months. And so that's my most favorite thing, because Riss, I don't know about you, but, or Ange, I don't know about you, but like when you make referrals and stuff, how much money do you make by making referrals off to restaurants? How much money do you make off of referrals to your favorite, the new movie that's coming out? Also, James Bond comes out Friday. Gonna go see it. Super jacked on Monday. And oh, something else Goldie and I have in common. And you make nothing. You make nothing, right? So actually, Riss, do you mind, or Riss and Ange, do you mind just come off mute? Could you just share a little bit about like what has life been like since you started sharing ketones? You drank them, you liked them, cool, whatever. You had your experience. What has life been like for you since you started sharing them?
Well, hello, everybody. We're Riss and Ange and Banana tonight, apparently, because she's the clingy pregnant girl in the house right now who won't get off of us. But we were in a completely different place 4 months ago. Well, actually, a little over 4 months ago now. But we didn't know when the heck we were going to be able to pay our next bill. We had to decide between groceries and cable. We had to like really scramble and do things in a way that we didn't want to do them. So I've done network marketing for about 6 years, and I'm that girl that was looking for her home. I was frantically trying to find the place that I was going to call my home. And in the middle of May, I got messages from actually a couple different Pruvit promoters because I got diagnosed with something back in January that I post a lot about. And a lot of people kept telling me to try these things because it could help me with that. And I blew it off and I blew it off. And I thought ketones were just for weight loss. And I was like, I'm a twig. I don't need ketones. Like, just kind of throw it to the wayside. And finally, I was sent a video and I tried them and they lit me up and they changed both of our lives. And we decided to join the business. So in 4 months, we went from having to put our mortgage on deferment to turning it back on and being able to pay our mortgage again.
It was tough even having food in the fridge.
Yeah, it was. We had to go to my mom's house for dinner like 3 nights a week because we couldn't even like feed ourselves dinner. And we now have a full fridge every week for the kids. Like the kids are in soccer again. We pay all our bills with our monthly check. Like we get paid monthly and we just go down the list and we pay all the bills and then we're good for the rest of the month. And we're like, we've never done that before, like ever. And it's just crazy that something like this just completely changed our lives. Like our backs were up against the wall. I can't even tell you how desperate we got at some points, but we are so grateful for this business. We're grateful that we saw Brittany on TikTok and Brittany connected us to Jody and Michael sent us free tones and flowers, and just that alone drew us into this team because I've never had the support and love that I've gotten from this team in 4 months in my 6 years of network marketing ever. And it just makes you want to stick around even in the tough times, which we've had. So we're just really grateful.
I love it. I love it. And I know that I've gotten new friends out of somebody else saying, hey, you should try this. And that just happens with so much of the community. Like I've slept in Miss Liz's chateau and like, it's just being able to do life with people like Amy Konzak here. Like we've been in Arizona together. We've been all over the country at the same places. And of course with Nurse Jen, as I mentioned earlier, and then rolling in family/friends. It's just a really phenomenal experience to be able to have that opportunity to say, like, not only can this help you physically, can this help your focus, help you mentally, just when you're nourishing the brain can take care of itself. To be able to hear like just the healing that comes in a relationship, like in Riss and Ange's story, is just really powerful. So, they kind of went like, oh, we're gonna do this. Riss had that little bit of experience, those 6 years of experience inside this industry, what we call community-based marketing, here inside our Pruvit, because we're here to build communities. We're here to build communities. Like Riss saw somebody that she trusted talk about it. So then guess what? She said yes. And then through there, we've met Goldie, and I know Gretchen too. And so it's like all of these little lines just keep drawing and connecting because we're building community. And it's just been a really, really, really fun experience to see how that happens. But when you drink ketones, awesome. When you get your free ketones, it's even better. And then we have this really cool reward side of the company that if you accidentally share it with, I don't know, let's say 5 people or more, then that's when you take a really serious look at maybe there is something here for me. Because that's what happened with me. I didn't want a business. I didn't want to do network marketing anymore. I don't know if you even know this or not. And I had no desire to. I'd been in the industry nearly my entire life or around it. I've watched my mom and dad work super, super hard, win, and then that company going away. We tried something new. whatever. And like, I just had a really bad taste. And also there was a lot of convincing involved. Tina shaking her head. And it's like, there's just a lot of convincing involved in the past with my past experiences. The moment that I drank ketones, my brain went bonkers of like, everyone I know needs to drink this. And everyone they know needs to drink this. Period. End of discussion. Now, because it fell into community-based marketing, okay, cool, whatever, I'll come back. So I made a list. We checked it twice, started dialing, put up a post on Facebook. And from that, again, we've built a community of over 10,000 stories over the last 4 years. Because more often than not, I believed that I could, so I did. How Riss said, you know, I had some ups, had some downs, had some things, you know, those are all feeling-based things. Those are all emotions. But the really cool thing is that when you partner with Pruvit as a sharer of the conversation, like as somebody that is like slinging white powder on the internet, like that's my favorite way of describing it, because the feds can't shut you down because it's totally verifiable and safe for Olympic athletes as well. Fun fact, when you say yes to sharing the conversation after getting your ketones for free or even before, then you plug into a system as well. You get a system, a business, an opportunity, a whole bunch of other things too, but you also get this this really neat thing that we talk about as Pruvit called ACE. And it's a really simple system. I'm not going to go into all the details right now because we have training modules and you can ask the questions of the person that invited you here for that if this is something that resonates with you. But there's a system for you to plug into. And before I go into anything more than that, Miss Tiff, where you at? Tiffany, baby, there she is. Come off of mute.
Can you see me? There you go.
Yes, we can see you. We can hear you. You drank ketones. You saw it. You tried it, and you just went bonkers, like really bonkers out the door. But what was that like for you? Like, you know, what did you feel, and what did you feel like you had to do with the people that you knew?
Okay. I needed to share it because of how it made me feel. So I knew that it was me feel the way I felt. It wasn't, I straight up, I'll be honest, I told everybody I wasn't going to sugarcoat shit. So it was totally honest with everybody, and everybody knows that's how I am. I am bluntly honest about things. So as soon as I tried it, I knew it was real. It like actually worked for me, and I tried so many other things, to be honest with you. So I made like a review post, and as soon as I did, so many people like started commenting, like, because they know how I am, and everybody wanted to try it. So I ended up buying one of the max packs, and then I actually bought two that first month because I sold out within 2 weeks. But I last year I had, and I sold out in the 2 weeks of getting it, doing trials. I did trials constantly. And I hit MVP. I hit everything, you know, right off that month. And because I joined November 5th, and I remember it was Black Friday, and all of a sudden I was out shopping for my kids. And I mean, we have a total between me and my husband of 6 kids. So I was out Black Friday shopping, and I hit my bonus that day, and it like I was outside like crying because I was like, because I had to pay for my kids' Christmas. And so then I was able to go shopping for the kids' Christmas, and I was freaking out. So yeah, because I didn't expect to, honestly, I wasn't originally planning on selling or anything. And the fact that it actually worked is where I was like, okay, so I need to share this. Like I need to tell people because it wasn't what I'd tried. I tried other companies of selling things, but this was different. And in a community, like meeting you was like, everybody just like talking, the fact that you guys were so bubbly, and I was in the mindset in originally back 11 months ago, I was kind of like negative, and that like you guys totally switched me. Like completely switched me as a person. The product did, and then the community, and I needed it. Like I needed all of it. So
would you say from 11 months ago compared to today, would you say that just your relationship's a little bit better, yeah?
Guys, I was on the verge of divorce 11 months ago. Me and my husband were on the verge of divorce. He was working 80-hour weeks gone, and we were like nonstop, like at each other's throat, like not even sleeping in the same beds. Like at that point we were divorcing. And today he quit his job. He helps me sell, like we sell Pruvit together now. We travel everywhere together. We are doing better than we've done in 15 years. We've been together 15 years. Like it has totally saved our marriage. If I'm telling you right now, I've got goosebumps because had I not gotten into this, like I want to cry. Had I not gotten into this, like we would be divorced. Like we wouldn't be together right now. Like it changed our entire life. The product, he drinks it. Like, you know, we both feel so much better. I mean, I lost 31, he's lost 33 pounds. It's helped us. You have no idea. Like it changed everything. I mean, even my kids' relationships, like with me, it changed how we parent, how, you know, instead of me just constantly wanting to yell at them or being so fed up, like I literally was wanting to like lock myself in my room and not wanting to talk because I was just agitated. I couldn't without getting mad, you know, and now I can actually go in there and have a conversation. My kids kind of look at me like it's weird now because I talk.
I love it.
So
I love it. So it's like, so Ketones became an access door for Tiffany. Tiffany, thank you so much for just being who you are and just coming on and sharing here with us tonight. But what I heard her say was she drank the Ketones, felt great. And then because she became open to the system, open to the community, open to what Pruvit stands for, you know, like as a mission, what we're working towards is the pursuit of better in everything. And yes, we have better science. And yes, we have a product that works. Yes, we have researchers that have formulated. Yes, we have doctors that use it in their practices. Yes, we have all of that. But when you open yourself up to what the full community has to offer you, there is a lot of great things that can transpire. You know, we have an event coming up this weekend, which is all about pouring into us as leaders. And it's available to you too as a customer. You can get a ticket or, you know, text the person and say, what's that event that's happening this weekend? It's called LCD. And you can come to it. You're more than welcome to come to it and come see like some of the core principles of how we function. Because like we know, like ketones are going to get sold. Ketones are going to go to people's houses. Ketones are going to, we're going to grow with or ideally with you. Let's say it that way. And so, you know, whether you come on to just drink it and you're just happy with it, or whether you come on to have it and then get it for free, or if you want to take that next step and say, you know what, I know 4, 5, 10 people that may know 4, 5, 10 other people that may know 4, 5, 10 other people that could benefit from better mood, better sleep, better focus, fat loss, energy, mental clarity. I already said that one. Better strength gain, better digestion, clear skin. If anybody, I don't know anyone that doesn't need at least one of those. Do you? Do you, Kim? Do you know someone that doesn't need one of those things? Like, you know, don't mind me, I'll wait. But depending on where you're at in life, one of these areas is going to interest you. So you're one of 3 types of people. You may be the one type of person that's like that. Asim, I know Asim's not this person. But you might be the person that's like, you know what, this all sounds amazing. And I went to pruvit.tv and checked out the research and I just don't think this is for me. And if that's you, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for honoring your relationships. But consider the people in your life that might benefit from some of that information, that might benefit from the things that you heard Sarah talk about, you heard Goldie talk about, you heard me talk about at the beginning with my personal story. Think about the people that you could have invite to tonight, next week, same night, same time, same link, and say, just come see some people that have been drinking ketones and sharing it a little bit longer than my other friends have. And so that way they can make their own decision. You might be that person. And so if you are, connect your friends, family, loved ones with the person that invited you to be here and say, this is my mom. Can you send the information to her? Because I'm not going to do it. Or you could be like Sarah and wait 2 years. And eventually she just done did it. So why wait 2 years?
Don't do it.
And like Asim said, that was definitely him at first. Absolutely. You might be the second type of person that says, you know what? I think I just want to get it and I want to get it for free. Awesome. Well, in your Facebook Messenger, in your text message, you can make group chats. Whoever it is that you want to share ketones with, if you're friends with Tina and you have somebody else that needs to meet Tina so that way Tina can share some information and get to know your friend about how ketones could show up in your life, show up in their lives, make a group chat with Tina. Tina will do the work. If you're here because of Tiffany, Tiffany will do the work. You don't have to be me. Dear God, please don't be me. One is enough. I get to be on here once a month or so and hang out with you and educate your friends and family and yourself with new information, with the same information, and share the same videos that you have access to. Or you're that third type of person that's like Riss and Ange. Just like Riss and Ange, of like, your back might be against the wall. It might not as well. You might be financially stable. You might have everything that you need in life, but an extra $300, $400, $500,000 just appeals to you. My back was against the wall. I was making enough money to live, but not much to do much after that, to pay my bills, but not really live. Life was good. It was okay. Now it's better. I own my home, and my friend gets to be here for a week. It's pretty fantastic. So you might be a third person that says, you know what, I know 6-10 other people that may want to drink this. You're open to being rewarded for your efforts. Not only just getting free ketones, Dara, but you're getting compensated. You're getting money. Like, there's no other way to say it. You're earning rewards for what you have going on. And who knows what can come from that. Sarah just started drinking the product. Her husband just started drinking the product. She became a promoter out of her story. My mom and dad became promoters out of their stories. Riss and Ange became promoters out of their stories. That's how I became a promoter. I didn't jump on here like, hey, Kim, you need to buy these. I'm going to sell everybody ketones. I didn't turn my Facebook into a Pamela Anderson environment covered in ketones. I didn't do that because I'm still me. I'm still me. So if you're that third person, text the person right now that invited you and said, hey, I need some information about these brand builder packs. We have 2 packs set up for you at a savings of 22% off. It allows for you to get product in your hands so that way you can make trial packs and share that product with the people that are valued in your life. I sold all of mine because I couldn't afford the pack myself, and was able to, I even sold it to my mom. Like, don't give stuff to your mom. She appreciates it more if you trade her for money. I promise you that, Tina. I promise you that. But message your friend. Tell them like, hey, what's that information about? How do I become a promoter? What's that link? How do I get my ketones for free? What's the information for that? This can change your life if you let it. This can bring you the community, because Riss and Ange and I would never have met otherwise. And we've already had some really cool conversations between the 2 of us, the 3 of us. Sarah and I wouldn't be in each other's daily lives as we are, because we get to work together. Network marketing, community-based marketing is a place for strangers to become friends and friends become family. So take the time tonight. Do some additional research if you have to, but don't sit on it. Don't wait. Don't wait 2 years. You're blurred out still.
I'm blurred. Don't do it.
Don't wait 2 years. Act now. Act within your means, but act now. Give it a solid commitment. Give it time. Grow your skills. Plug into the system that we have. And I'm so excited to see how better shows up in your life. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, joining us tonight, all of our speakers. Y'all rock. If anything stood out to you, again, text your friend. And if you're on your journey to better, I'm so excited for you. And if you're starting today, I can't wait to see how better shows up in your life. So keep smiling, keep vibing, and we'll see you next week. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.